save everybody but themselves, you know. They want to be ruled over by the devil, all of these devils, but they don't want to have no government of their own, you know. That these jakes don't want to be ruled over by Yahushua, and guess what? The Lord is going to kill them for that, you know.
And the reason why he really couldn't discern that, you know, we're not talking about, you know, Quran, I mean, because he wasn't being spiritual. He came up, you know, just assuming that a couple men with bears on their
Yeah, I think he thought he knew more than us. Like most older people, you know. But then when he came up and he quickly found out, he knew that he was in a trap when he found out that he didn't know shit.
Yep.
And everything that y'all was bringing out, y'all educating him.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's an embarrassment for older people for the younger to teach the older, because
you say you can't put new wine in the old bottle.
Right.
This verse.
Right.
You know,
Right.
Hey, these older people can't hardly take it. But another thing though is Isaiah chapter 6 verse 9. And he said, go and tell this people, hear ye indeed, but understand not, and see ye indeed, but perceive not. Make the heart of this people fat, and make their ears heavy. Shut their eyes, lest they see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and understand with their heart, and convert and be healed. So the Lord wasn't dealing with them.
Yeah, the Lord shut 2/3 of our people out to not receive his knowledge whatsoever.
Right.
Because he didn't want 2/3 of our people to come back to repentance.
Now, justice set forth for 2/3 of our people. You know, so 2/3 of our people ain't gonna get it. We can explain it as best as we can according to the scriptures, but they ain't gonna get it. You know, they ain't gonna come into the knowledge. They ain't gonna come into the truth. Because it's not meant to.
This is 2 Corinthians chapter 4 verse 3. But if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost.
There you go. If our gospel is hid, it's hid to them that are lost. Notice it said hid. It said it's hidden from them. So the Lord just ain't giving it to them. It's hidden from them. Because if the Lord opened their eyes and their ears, it wouldn't be hidden anymore. Like you said, if he opened their eyes and their ears, then they'll perceive it, they'll listen, they'll be converted, you know, and they'll be saved. But the Lord ain't dealing with 2/3 of our people, so they ain't gonna be converted.
So you're saying that you can listen and be converted, right? What about the Jews that converted over? What about the what is it? Who are they? The Amalekites. They converted over to the Jews.
Right. There ain't no such thing as converts, and that's that problem with our people. This is Jeremiah chapter 2 verse 33. Why trimmest thou Why trimmest thou thy way to seek love? Therefore hast thou also taught the wicked ones thy way. And that's Jake. Trim their way to seek love. What about everybody else? What is Jake always worried about everybody else for? Why don't Jake never worry about himself? You know, Jake don't consider the things that everybody else did to him, especially the so-called white man. But Jake is concerned about his slave master. Oh, if white people can't make it, then I don't want to hear it. You know, that's Jake all day. But Jake don't want to hear that they the children of Israel and we got our own laws, statutes, and commandments to live by. And the God of the Bible said all this, and he ain't dealing with everybody else. But Jake gets all upset about that. That's why you trimming your way for love? They don't love you, but you love them. But that's Jake for you.
All right, let's go to the back too.
All right, but yeah, that's Jake for you. Oh shoot, God don't love the so-called white man, even though he beat my back with a whip. I love him, and I'm not gonna listen to God because he beat my back so good that I want more. You know, that's Jake. Just like the Latin tribes, you know, loving Caesar Borgia. Can't get enough of this asshole right here. You know. And then, you know, earlier, I mean, it's a black people across the street right now. You turn this around, this will be their God. You tell them that Obama is not their people, and he ain't done shit for our people, which it shows. He haven't done shit for our people, but black people or Jake will get all upset about this. Oh, why you got horns on Obama? Then we'll try to explain that this ain't our people. Oh man, you can't say that about Obama. Obama done did all this for us. He ain't did a goddamn thing. You still in the same situation that you've been in or worse. He gave fags more rights than he gave niggas. But Obama done all of this for our people.
Yeah, this is talking about, you know, so-called white men, like how Negroes want to always be concerned about, you know, Esau, and we out there telling them that they're the chosen people on the sign and that salvation is for them.
Right.
This is Romans chapter 13, verse 10. Love worketh no ill to his neighbor.
Love worketh no ill to his neighbor. This was not love. Why should we love the so-called white man and this happened to our people? Was this love? Hell no. It ain't not a so-called white person or a Negro out there that can say that this was love. I mean, nobody. We'll read that scripture again.
Romans chapter 13, verse 10. Love worketh no ill to his neighbor.
Love worketh no ill to his neighbor. This was not love. Do you want to say the so-called white man loved you while they were standing in the background, while you were hanging on trees and poles? What was this one? This was with that guy. They hung these two and they killed this one on the bottom. And you see the so-called white man in the background smiling like they trying to get in the picture. This was not love. But, and this is also not a fairy tale. For all y'all out there that think that this is a fairy tale, no. This is reality. This really happened. This ain't no motion picture. This happened to our people. Yet we supposed to love the ones that did this. We supposed to listen to the people that did this to us. They telling the truth, but they did all of this to beat the truth out of us. Now the Lord is lifting up our people to tell us the truth so we can raise up the government of Israel and learn how to rule, but our people don't want to hear it. Too comfortable in this society, which is about to be destroyed.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 15. That which hath been is now, and that which is to be hath already been. And the Most High requireth that which is past.
The Most High requireth that which is past. This is the past. The Lord requires.
Anybody want to say, oh, that was the past, or it doesn't matter anymore?
What is it, Revelations 13 and 9?
13 and 9.
13, 9 and 10?
Yeah, that's a good one too. Also get Isaiah 14 and 21.
Yep.
Alright, this is Revelations chapter 13, verse 9. If any man hath an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
What does captivity mean?
He that leadeth into captivity, slavery, shall go into captivity. Slavery. It is a fact that the so-called white man led these people into slavery. The so-called Negroes, West Indians, and Latino people were led into slavery through the transatlantic slave trade, which they are trying to take out of, and that shows you how much the devil they are. They're trying to take that out of school books. They're trying to take the transatlantic slave trade out of history books. Right now, they're trying to call it the triangle trade. So, how the hell you gonna call this the triangle trade? The triangle trade don't sound like something bad that happened in the earth. The triangle trade sound like something that everybody agreed with. The so-called black man did not agree with this. So they're trying to change history.
Exodus chapter 21, verse 16. And he that stealeth a man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death.
He that stealeth a man and selleth him, and if he shall be found in his hand, shall surely be put to death. The so-called Negroes over here were stolen from their land, and they were sold into captivity. And we still over here. So the Lord said he shall be put to death. So as a nation, you so-called white people stole us and sold us, and we still over here. When captivity was over during the 1800s, when y'all so-called abolished slavery, y'all was supposed to tell our people, oh, well, y'all the Israelites, according to the Bible, you know, we had y'all in slavery, but now, you know, we gonna give y'all all tickets to go back to y'all land and do whatever y'all gonna do. That's what they were supposed to do. But what did they do? Instead, they kept us over here, they kept us dumbed down, they kept us thinking we was Negroes or African Americans, they kept the Latinos thinking they was Mexicans or whatever the hell, and they kept the Indians on reservations instead of telling the truth. So, they stole us, they lied to us, and they kept us over here. And we still found in their hands. So the Lord said, if you do that, you're to be put to death. So that's the judgments for the so-called white man. That's something else.
This is Numbers chapter 35, verse 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land.
For blood defiles the land. Here we go again. And this is not just any blood, this is the blood of the saints.
And the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it.
The land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, except by the ones that shed it. The so-called white man never paid for slavery. They never had any type of punishment for what happened to our people. The Lord said only the blood that is shed, only the people that shed that blood can pay for the blood that was shed. So how are they going to pay? This is that ultimate judgment. For those of you that's in lollipop land, this is what's coming to America. Everybody can see the signs, but nobody wants to see the signs. But this is the ultimate judgment for America, destruction, thermonuclear destruction.
This is Revelations chapter 18, verse 8. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day.
Her plagues shall come in one day.
Death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire.
And this is what's going to kindle that utterly burning fire.
And who is that? Who is that sheep? America, which is that beast that set up which is that whore that set up on the beach.
Right. I mean, this sign pretty much speaks for itself.